The Chicago Bears have signed fullback Khari Blasingame and offensive lineman Dakota Dozier over the past couple days. What's going on, guys? I'm back with another Chicago Bears free agency update video. If you guys want more of these, definitely be sure to subscribe to my channel. I'll be reacting to every single free agent signing the Bears make. There haven't been too many of them yet because Ryan Poles is treating this as a slow and steady approach, kind of. He's not going after any of the bigger names, which I know is annoying some Bears fans. Some Bears fans wanted to see bigger signings. We haven't really made any to this point, but in this video I'll be breaking down the latest two signings, Khari Blasingame and Dakota Dozier. I'll start by talking about Khari Blasingame, the fullback, and man, we have a fullback back in Chicago. Okay, we haven't used these very much over the past, couple years under the Matt Nagy era because Matt Nagy's offense didn't really require a fullback. I guess Ryan Nall somewhat served as one here and there, but he really wasn't a big factor in the offense, obviously. So we'll see if Khari Blasingame, if this fullback is actually utilized in Luke Getsy's offense. Obviously it's a combination of the Shanahan and Joe Moorhead offense. I know Kyle Shanahan definitely uses fullbacks, and Kyle Juszczyk, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing his name wrong, but that's obviously they have one of the best fullbacks in the NFL in the Shanahan offense. So we'll see if he employs more of the Shanahan concepts or the Joe Moorhead concepts, which he's bringing over from college. I really don't know what to think about the Bears offense right now because, again, Luke Getsy has never called plays before in the past. So I literally have no idea what to expect. It could literally be anything, and maybe this guy actually ends up being a decent part of the Bears offense. Okay, he's been the lead blocker for Derrick Henry over the past 3 seasons, whenever they actually use the fullback. So he started, 3 games in 2019, 7 in 2020, 2 last year. He played in the majority of games the last 2 years, and if you look at his rushing stats, he actually hasn't done much. He only had couple rushes last year. If you look at receiving stats, then he had a couple receptions, but again, not that much at all. He's probably not going to be used that much as as an offensive weapon, more of a blocker in this offense, if he even makes the roster at all, guys. Like, he's not guaranteed a roster spot because I'm assuming his contract is a minimum contract. I mean, fullbacks are kind of a dying breed in the NFL. They don't get utilized as much as they used to back in the 1980s. So again, I'm not really sure how much we're going to utilize this guy, if at all, but as a lead blocker in certain packages, he could be a pretty decent option, right? Because he is a proven fullback. I mean, he did block for Derrick Henry when he went off in 2020. Obviously, last year, Derrick Henry got injured. That's why Khari Blasingame didn't actually play that much. But when Derrick Henry's on the field, it seems like he enjoys having Blasingame block for him, and it has been pretty successful, obviously, over the past 3 seasons. He also contributes on special teams too. He played 64% of the special team snaps with the Tennessee Titans in the last 32 games he's played for them. So at the very worst, he could be a special teams player and provide us with some value on that end. So, overall, I guess a pretty decent signing. I'm not sure what else to make of it. I mean, it's a fullback. Usually you're not going to use fullbacks too much, but we'll see what Luke Getsy has in store for this fullback. Talking about the next signing then, offensive lineman Dakota Dozier. He is a guard. And honestly, I think this guy is just going to be a camp body that we're signing mainly for depth and mainly for competition, in training camp. Obviously, we need 90 people, I think around 90 people on the roster. Right now, we only have, 40-something signed. So we have to sign a lot of players through the draft, through undrafted free agency, and also, through free agency. And it seems like this is one of those signings that is just purely a depth signing, right? Because if we're actually signing this guy to be a starter, this is a horrible move because this guy has not been playing good football over the past 3 years. He didn't start any games for the Vikings last year. He was mainly on their practice squad, got called up for 6 games, mainly playing on special teams. I mean, he was a really poor player for the Minnesota Vikings, had a number of bad starts. He started every single game in 2020, but that went horribly for the Vikings, which is why they kicked him off to practice squad. His time with the Jets, though, earlier did go a lot better. He was with the Jets from 2015 to 2018, but that was a long time ago, okay? 4 years ago is an eternity in the NFL, so if he's not good anymore, I don't think it's going to be good in the future. Obviously, though, this is just most likely a depth signing. Don't freak out. I saw Bears fans on Twitter going crazy about this, saying, is Ryan Poles trying to get Justin Fields killed? I don't think so. Okay, this guy is not going to be starting. It's purely a body for camp because you need 90 bodies, and right now we don't have that many bodies in camp at all. So, overall, I don't know. I don't like the signing personally, but we'll see what it turns into. I don't think it's going to be a big part of the Bears offense anyway, so I don't think it's going to matter. But that's pretty much my breakdown of both the signings. Again, pretty low-key signings. I'm not even sure if these guys are going to make the 53-man roster, but let me know your thoughts about these signings down below in the comments, and as always, bear down.